What's going on, guys? Glock Guy 226. Today we're going to be checking out the Olight PL-II Valkyrie, which is the 1200 lumen weapon light. Let's check it out. Alright guys, so we're back from the range and we're going to be taking a closer look at the Olight PL-II Valkyrie. Now before we get into this, I do want to show you guys the gun is indeed safe. And I've ran this thing on quite a few different guns, as you guys have seen. I mainly ran it on my CZP-10C here, but I did also throw it on my Glock 19 as well as my AK. Now what I've come to find out with this light, it's a powerhouse. This thing is a 1200 lumen weapon light, and I didn't get any nighttime footage. I did try to, but it just wasn't coming out, so I figured, you know what, we'll just roll with what we have. It's 1200 lumens. It's an absolute beast. When you buy this light from Olight, you get it in this little box right here. Decent presentation. It does tell you all of your specs you need to know. Has a total runtime of 71.5 minutes, a throw of 235 meters, which is about 770 feet. It is water resistant, IPX6 rated, which is roughly the equivalent of 3 foot of water for 30 minutes, or a matter of it getting rained on, stuff like that. I do think in most typical scenarios, if we're running and gunning in the rain, or say this gets dropped in a puddle or something, I think it's gonna be just fine. Now it's also running a Cree XHP 35 LED, which I'm not huge on all these specs, guys. I just want you to know. Now, while this is a 1200 lumen weapon light and it does have a runtime of 71.5 minutes, you're not going to get 71.5 minutes of 1200 lumens. What this light does is once it gets hot, it kicks down to 600 lumens. Most of us aren't going to be running this light constantly on for more than even 30 seconds typically, but you never know. Now let's jump into some of the features of this light. One of my favorite things about the Olight PL-II Valkyrie, the mounting system. As you guys can see here, it has a little tiny throw lever, and that is awesome for quick detach. Personally, I'm always switching lights from gun to gun, whether it's pistol to pistol, rifles, shotguns, and sometimes I even take these lights off and throw them in my pocket if we're going on a nighttime walk or something, just to have a light with high lumens. So I definitely love the fact that this is a quick detach system. Another thing about Olight's mounting system here, these little interchangeable keys. This one is the Glock labeled key, and it does fit most of my polymer frame handguns, Picatinny rails on rifles and such, but it also comes with a 1913 key as well, and these are aluminum, so they're very tough. They're not going anywhere once you get them on your gun. Now this light's running off of two CR123 batteries that Olight does include. To change those batteries, it is a very, very easy procedure. What you're going to do is lift this little tab right here, your back pops open, and there are your batteries, which I've never ran Olight brand batteries, so I can't tell you how good they are, how long they last. I typically run either Surefire or Streamlight batteries, but I can imagine these are probably pretty decent batteries. Now as far as your modes, this light is totally ambidextrous, so it has a button here and a button on this side, so if you're a lefty, righty, you're going to be able to activate this light no problem. So the three modes that this light has, of course it has your constant on, which is a matter of just one click. And then if you want momentary, you're going to hold your button for at least 1 second, 1/1000, and you have your momentary. Now the third mode is strobe. I don't know how often we're going to use this, but what you do is click both buttons at the same time and you have your strobe. Now that could be a little awkward if you like to keep your finger on, or if you like to keep your trigger finger on the trigger while activating your light with the support hand. You would have to disengage your trigger finger, click the buttons with both fingers and go back to the trigger. But how often do we really use strobe? So I didn't see that as too big of a deal. As far as the activation buttons go, I found them to be very easy to press. Now another thing I was kind of concerned about was holster fitment. Now, there are a few guys making holsters for the PL-II Valkyrie, and hopefully over time, a few more Kydex companies will pick up on that. But luckily, I did find out I have a holster that I was actually running at the range that this setup fits perfectly, and whether it's on my Glock 19 or the CZP-10C, this Spider Concealment OWB rig, and this is made for a Glock 19 with a Streamlight TLR1. Retention is great, and it also comes out nice and easy. Now, is it made for this? No, but does it work? Yes, and it was good enough for me at the range. I do have this same exact shell in an IWB holster if I did want to carry it concealed, so I could do that, but I think I'm going to wait to get a holster made for this exact setup. This light is made out of anodized aluminum. It's pretty lightweight. I think it was right around 3 ounces. This light is also 3.25 inches long. It's roughly the size of a Streamlight TLR1, so if that's something you're used to, this isn't going to change too much. Now, Olight does include a 5-year warranty on this light, and one thing about this light, when I got this sent in, and Olight did send this in to review, so a big shout out to them. I did see some pretty negative reviews on some of the past Olight PL series lights. So when I got the PL-II Valkyrie, I was really kind of curious to see how this would perform, and I did run this on many different guns. Some of them have a bigger amount of recoil than others, and this thing performed great, so I don't see there being any issues with the new PL-II Valkyries. Now, just for a reference point, this is what the light looks like on a Glock 19. I know most guys out there are probably going to be running a Glock, but it fits very well. It fits the CZ very well. Heck, I even stuck this on a rifle, and I really did like it on the rifle as well. Now, when it comes to Olight products, I absolutely love this little light. This is the Olight S1R Baton, which is a rechargeable flashlight. Very simple to use. It's nice. You don't have to go through batteries all the time. And this little tiny light is an 800 lumen powerhouse. It has 4 different modes. So let's see if we could get the modes. That would be the first mode, second mode, third mode, fourth mode. And I did buy this light about a year ago, and this is my top EDC carry light. I will leave a link below. This thing is an absolute beast for how small it is. Now, this is my first experience running any Olight weapon light, and so far, guys, I'm really liking this thing. I know Olight may have some new weapon light products coming out here in the near future, so hopefully we could check those out as well. If you guys have any further questions, please leave it down in the comments below, and I will leave links for Olight's PL-II Valkyrie as well as Olight's S1R Baton EDC light. They have some really awesome products for good prices. These guys are just killing it in the Lumen game, so some guys really like the high lumen lights. Other guys like to keep it, you know, more Enforce style or Surefire XC1 style, which is fine too. I think each light kind of has its own benefits. But thank you guys for watching. Please like, share, subscribe. Have a good night, guys.